producing, and it fell into my lap like everything else does. I got lucky here. I won the comedy lottery with this fucking thing. And I'm in all the press. Getting interviewed by Vanity Fair tomorrow, and I'm doing a town hall at Sirius. This came down the pike with the great Ron Bennington of Ron and Fez. Fez, I believe, left the show. Rumors he went crazy. Last time I saw Fez, he was making out with an ATM machine. Which I almost did after 9 years on radio. And nothing was in it. And I am getting a town hall in what they call the fishbowl at Sirius, which the Who was in there once. I walked out of Howard, and there's like this big glass enclosure right in the middle of Sirius, but it's 5 feet outside Howard's studio. And they have special interviews there. When a big celebrity wants to get interviewed, that's where they go. Well, guess who's getting interviewed there? Okay, February 14th, for your lovers' Valentine's Day, at 11:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., which is right after the Stern Show ends, coincidentally. Judd Apatow, Pete Holmes, and myself are getting interviewed by Ron Bennington in a town hall with a big, big audience. I did this before for my book, and it's amazing. They make you feel like a celebrity. And Ron kisses your ass for about an hour. It's live on the radio. Now, Howard usually takes off the mid-month of February for the winter vacation. His kids usually have winter, so he takes off for that. And I remember we were always off for Valentine's Day, because sometimes he would throw a big party. Very generous, always great with the party. But, so I think this is his week off. I would assume Howard would not let them do this unless it was his week off, so he won't be there. But if it happens to not be his week off,
oh man,
because sometimes he has a winter vacation the next week, the late week in February. He goes like Antigua or something. With Chelsea Handler.
Oh,
Chelsea, I need a hammer. I Googled direct opposite of funny, and she showed up. And also rancid pussy, she shows up.
Oh.
So I'm kidding. Rancid pussy? Did you see that out? So I said, if this is not a week he has off, Judd, I know HBO is going to pitch us to do the Howard Stern show, because Judd always does it for Stern. It's an HBO show. HBO and Howard, they work together. The publicists, they probably say, look, a publicist doesn't know the history of the show would probably go, hey, Art, you were on the...
That's so true.
You know? This has happened to me before. It's a perfect fit. And we're HBO. Judd's a big star. Of course, Howard would want that, right? We're going to pitch you guys. Okay, hey, listen, guys. Judd and Peter booked on the Howard Stern show. But it's a weird... Art, you were on the show, right? Yeah. When I said to Gary, Artie Lang is on it too, and he said, who? Does he remember who you are? There must be a typo. It says you worked there for 8.5 years. Was Gary the producer? Yeah. For 8.5 years? Yeah. He says he doesn't know who you are. He also says Judd and Peter are not allowed to mention your name. Is that true? I don't know. It's weird. You were definitely working there, right? Were you on the air? Yeah. No, would you work in the back so they don't remember you? No, I worked 2 feet from Howard. Well, were you like a writer, a background guy? No, my mic was on all the time. I was a third host of the show. My mic was on more than Robin's. Really? Was it the Z Morning Zoo? You sure? No, it was Howard Stern. Really? Well, he says you don't exist. All right, well, I don't exist. So, well, do you mind if Judd and Pete do the show? Sure, no problem. Now, Judd feels it's awkward not to mention your name since you're the second lead of the show, Crashing. Well, we'll dance around that. Okay. Okay, we did the interview. For some reason, Howard didn't take one phone call. And when Howard said to Judd who stars in the show, he said Pete Holmes. And he said, what do you mean? Is it a one-man show? Yeah. We filmed his one-man show. What's the name of the first episode? Excuse me? You know, sitcoms name their episodes, right? Yeah. What's the name of the first episode? Excuse me? Well, we made up a name. What's its fictitious name? But Artie Lang. Right up the Yes. Right up your pelican fucking ass. You lying phony. But what, you're acting like the idiot, Howard, because why would you care about this? Who cares? You're a billionaire. Go to Palm Beach and get laid. You got the hottest wife on the planet. She's a doll. Go to Palm Beach in your $50 million mansion and fucking never see anybody again. Citizen Kane. But no, you have to be the attention guy, right? You got to be the center of attention. That's why Ralph dresses you like Nick Cannon. You got a three-piece tweed suit on with a hat. You look like a bookie from the movie The Sting. You look like the guy calling the races in the back. The one in Belmont coming in and high-handed. Coming in for the 25. All he's got to do is read. How do you want to work this? Flat rate or percentage? Who's the mark? Howard Stern. Flat rate. You're past posting, aren't you, Howard? How? We're going to come in here and we're not going to take Artie Lang, you fella. You're dressed in a tweed three-piece suit like a little fucking guy who hosts the show. Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is not as funny as Diane Cannon. Nick Cannon is not as funny as the detective show Cannon. Cannon. He's not as funny as William Conrad. I love the end of that show, Cannon. He was fucking 400 pounds. He'd always catch a guy and karate chop him. He'd catch like a young black kid who was, here, take this, Tyrone. But you found out murder was a two-way street. Yeah. So that's the one option. The other option is, I don't do the town hall. Don't let me come, so it's not awkward. Because what's going to happen is, after they pretend I don't exist, they're going to walk out, and I'm going to exist. In a town hall for about 400 people. While Howard and Ronnie and another bodyguard that's 4'2". Somehow Ronnie found a bodyguard shorter than him. It looks like, when Howard's walking with those two short bodyguards, he's in back of them. When one's in back of him and it looks like a mother duck lost her fucking a mother duck lost two of the little ducklings, and one of them got behind them. It looks like that Bugs Bunny where the ducks. And then they lose little Ronnie, the black duckling. They lose little Ronnie, and he's like, "Where's my little boy?" And Ronnie sees Bugs Bunny and goes, "Hey, I'm a duckling. You're a chicken hawk, and I'm a chicken. I'll say, son, how'd you get out of the enclosure? I'll say, son, where's your mother duckling? Oh, not the pelican-looking guy. Why do I talk like Al Sharpton? Sharpton Leghorn. I'll say, Tawana Broiler got my lips made up. Hit me for a lateral." So, okay, and then what do? Just while we're talking, don't you think all 400 people are going to turn around, look at Howard and go, "Hey, Artie's right here." Okay? Then here's the other option. They say no to HBO. No Judd, no Pete. We want to be the one show on the planet Earth who doesn't have them on. And that is going to be awkward. You know why? Because when they do my podcast, and they will, I'm going to shout it from the mountaintops. Gary's head exploding. Hey, Boff, how are we going to handle this, Boff? Boff, this is above my pay grade, Boff. What do we do, Boff? Do we hire them? Do we say no to Jordan? Because I was, the big throw. Do we say no to Artie? Do we ignore Artie? Do we take you out? Do we lower you out the window instead of walking by the pool? It's the only way out. Ronnie and the other 2'8" bodyguard figured out we're going to lower Howard out the window. So he doesn't have to go past the town hall. It's going to look like Big Bird is on the Thanksgiving Day parade. Who in the hell is that? Does that Howard Stern? Does he know there's a purge out on my aisle? President fucking Dumbo. All right, there's one other premise. And guys, if you think I'm being like fucking vicious here, I'm not. They were vicious first. Howard is mistreating people. He's treating human beings like pieces of shit. I'm talking about loyal people, soldiers of his for 20 fucking years. He sold out for Marcy Cuntrag. When a con artist like Marcy Turk, allegedly, sits in your office and says, Howard, I know how you can get Gwyneth Paltrow on the show. I know how you can be respected. I know how you can go to Jennifer Aniston's fucking wedding. You know how? You hire me, you give me Gary's office. You emasculate him, you make me his boss. You fire all 50 or whoever who work on your fucking E-show. You fire all the TV guys, some of which will become destitute from it and will not be able to get you on the fucking phone because they'll need permission from me to talk to you, like Scott the Engineer, and Shuley, and fucking Benji, and Sal, and Richard. And the young fruity millennials you hire instead of Scott, who doesn't look, I guess, hip enough. You put his office on the roof. Sal and Richard can't come in anymore and be the immature, fun-loving people they are. Sal with 4 kids in an Italian home and look on. I got a feeling the bills are mounting up. I mean, what are you doing? The truth will come out one day, how you're treating people, and your legacy's going to be hurt. But you won't care. You'll be like Orson Welles and Citizen Kane. And the last thing you're going to say is, Artie. Artie. What's the last thing he said? What's Artie? I don't know. What's Artie? We don't know. We never heard of him. Some historians about the show say he might have been on it one time. Sour shoes. What's the last word? Beetlejuice. Elliot Orphan. So I'm busting chops, guys. This is radio war shit. And by the way, just to show you that's all it is. You people tweeting stuff, you want me to bash like people like Beth and people's families. It ain't happening. I'm not a scumbag. Those are sweet people. They're always very nice to me. This is a radio war. We're goofing on stuff he goofs on. We always goofed on. People's looks, work. You know, the fact that people might be short. And Ralph's the way he dresses you. Listen. You know Nick Cannon, the way Nick Cannon dresses? Listen, I bought you Nick Cannon's outfit. You're going to wear a tweed 3-piece suit. That's right. You're going to look like the guy from My Favorite Martian. My Favorite Martian. What? My Favorite Martian. And you're going to look like a guy who betrays Delano in the movie Silver Streak. If you dress like him, that's right. That's right. If you dress like him, I get free ecstasy. Can you put this little scarf on? It's a bedazzled lavender scarf. I get free El Polo Loco. We're busting balls. No family shit. We're having fun here. Even though I was not given that same courtesy, people say, "Art, well, you know, what about the sour shoes impression?" I loved it. But then, of course, Howie, Mr. Howie, who doesn't go by the golden rule, treat people like you want to be treated. Let Sour Shoes drift into, areas where he's talking about my mother and sister. A woman down the shore who's good friends with my mom and sister. See, it doesn't bug them. They're the strongest people on earth. And that's fine with me. But this woman goes, yeah, that Sour Shoes guy was talking about your mother and sister. That's not right. Why did you let him do that? I said, I don't know. But then it started to aggravate me a little bit. My Italian got up. And I said, yeah, that is bullshit. He's making fun of Beer League, my movie. You know what else we'll do? Let's do another little poll. Who likes Beer League and who likes fucking private parts? I guarantee you, well, I won't guarantee anything. Let's let it happen. Let's take that fucking poll. Like the poll, who's the most popular character on the Howard Stern show? Guess who it was? Artie Lang. That didn't do me any favors. Same name as the title episode of Crashing. My point point is, I'm not bragging here, but my point is, when I left, Hulk Hogan came on, and Hulk's always been a nice guy to me, and he said to Howard, just to be nice to me, because at the time I was in rehab. I just stabbed myself on heroin. And you know what? You go with the odds with me, and they're going with the odds with me now. I'll probably not make it any further than I did in show business. I'll probably fuck up, and something will happen, and I'll make my fortune and lose it again. That'll probably happen. I'll probably die broke. But guess what? I'm getting another shot. Howard said to Hulk Hogan, you expect big things from Artie, do you? And then he giggled. This is 2010. Going with the odds. Because odds are I wasn't doing anything else. Odds are I was always going to be in that bed in the rehab trying to figure it out. Because I fucked up. Because I'm a flawed loser. I'm not perfect like you, buddy. I ain't perfect like you. Yeah, women leave me. Heroin stays with me. Then it leaves. Then unlike the women, it comes back. Right around the corner from where I'm sitting right now is a door to this apartment. A lot of hot chicks have left that door saying I can't take it anymore. Not one personal trainer has come in. The last hot chick left, and about 4 months later, Dan came in.
So that's a negative?
Dan's better with the towels.
Thank you.
Well, if you saw the last one's legs, yeah, it's a negative. We don't want to do that comparison. But yeah, I'm out of shape. I'm not that great looking. I got bad bone structure. I'm not particularly talented. But you hired me, fucko. Probably because I am uglier than you. Whatever. So you giggled. But Hulk said, just to be nice, Hulk Hogan said, Artie's going to come back. He'll be okay. He probably didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. But, yeah. Big things from Artie. Giggle, giggle. Cut to now. I don't know what this is going to become. It could suck. It could be nothing. But for right now, we got a day where we got to figure out a little geography in a town hall situation. Boss, listen, we're at the town hall. Should I tell them they can't have the town hall? Because that's what Howard is, you know. Howard owns that company. And they do as he says. He's 63 years old, Howard. A bunch of assholes who pay $12 a fucking month left him. The good people stayed. But you know what? All the people left are not assholes. They are according to him. Some came over here and stole my podcast. He's not as powerful. It's not 1991. You don't have to be that afraid. People I know don't even want to come on my show because they're afraid he'll like buy their company and fire them or something. It's not going to happen. But you do whatever you want. There's one person I heard was afraid they might get kicked out of a certain film festival. It's run by a very prominent actor. They don't want to badmouth Howard because of it. And I'm like, that means Howard's going to get on the phone and call this guy and say you can't be at a film festival? Not happening. You know what Howard's like, you know, in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when they take the teeth out of the snow monster? He's a D-toothed snow monster. Bumbles can't do anything without their teeth. You can push him right over the cliff. And I don't want to. And odds are he can fucking destroy me. I mean, if he wants to. He's not mentioning me now because he's trying to keep me in obscurity. If he mentions me, you know, it'll help. Last time he did, Reddit called him an asshole, and I got $2 richer. He wants to leave me in obscurity. I get what he's doing. And I'm not saying I can beat Howard Stern in a war, but right now I am just because he ain't fighting. So it's kind of a win-win for me. But that's it. It's weird what's going on. So when I do this, I'm trying to make you laugh, too. We're being funny here. Come on. But when I do my Vanity Fair interview tomorrow, I guess I'll have to be honest. That's right. Vanity Fair. I'll say it again. Vanity Fair. So I'll end with this. There's one more scenario that they could go with for this town hall situation. They could just have Judd and Pete on and ignore me. Say I didn't exist. And then walk out and deal with the situation. They cannot have them on at all. Or they could do something that the fans might want. And what might that be, Howie? Your guess is as good as mine. But if you have me on for the very first time in almost a decade, I got a feeling you ain't gonna be allowed to talk about crashing. And that I don't want, because Judd and Peter are friends, and we gotta plug something. But it'd be great to have a super fan, because he's a super fan of the Stern Show. Well, big fan. Interviewed Howard as a kid, Judd Apatow, when he was 16 years old. He interviewed Howard, and I think, I wonder if you interviewed Johnny Carson, maybe. But they're fascinating tapes. He played it first when he came on Howard when I was still there. You know, Judd was like a great thinker, a big fan of comedy. I would love to get his analogy on that whole thing. Be an interesting show. But that's not going to happen. Why? Because Gilbert Gottfried's coming in? No, he's banned. Best guest ever, banned. Why can't we talk about that with Judd? Because I believe Chelsea Handler has a new show. Yeah, they're going to talk about Chelsea moving to Spain. No, they have to come in and kiss Ellen DeGeneres about her dancing. Well, the Pops are going to talk about her green drink for $200. I guess the old show was less entertaining. Again, it's a radio war, guys. It's stupid crap. It's for your entertainment. Nobody's getting hurt here. The guy I'm goofing on is a billionaire. And if he wanted to, he could just goof me right off the fucking podcast, I guess. But it ain't happening, so I'm 49. What are the chances I live past 60? Think about it. But the doctor said, Art, we're going to test and see if you have an ulcer. We're going to test to see if you're type 2 diabetes. I said, how much are the tests? He told me the price. I said, why don't we just say this question? What are the odds I don't have type 2 diabetes? 60 years old, Artie Lang? I don't think so. So I'm at the tail end here, guys. As Frank Sinatra would say, when I was 35, it was a very good year. It was a very good year. For blue-blooded girls of independent me. We'd ride in limousine, and the chauffeurs would drive. When I was 35, but now the days are short. I'm in the autumn of the year. And now I think of my life as barrels of wine with fine old cakes. From the brim to the drain, it poured sweet and clear. It was a very good year. And with this, I'd like to play Why Ralph Sorella Never Fucked With Me when I was in the studio. He learned his lesson. Here's why.
Friday is Shabbos.
Yeah, you don't pay your bookie on Shabbos.
Sounds like someone's using.
What? Oh,
yeah, Ralph, you're using Howard.
That is the sound of someone using.
You've been using for 20 years, dickhead.
Hey, when are you going to kick your habit?
Never.
Giants played last night, right?
No, they played
Thursday.
They
played Thursday.
And they won big.
Oh.